Greetings to each and every single one of my kinfolk. It just so happens to be proud representative of
the highest order.
Coming at y'all today with 10 movies to watch while you're baked, cause it's quarantine. You got a lot of nothing to do if you're kind of like me, and things are just getting closed back up again. So let's watch some stuff on the couch and kind of trip ourselves out, you know? All of these you can find online in some way, shape, or form on various streaming platforms. If you have subscriptions to those, awesome. Some of them you might just have to rent on like Amazon Prime or something, but let's get the list started. Oh my goodness, I love water. We're gonna start off with Alejandro Jodorowsky's insane psychedelic masterpiece known as The Holy Mountain. The Holy Mountain follows the path of a man that represents the thief archetype. Specifically, he resembles a tarot card, and he also resembles Jesus effing Christ himself. So as I'm sure you could probably predict, people treat him very strangely. It's like, yo, you look like Jesus. At least white Jesus, you know, white Jesus. And he is basically praised by the people. They make molds out of his actual effing body to make crucifixes. And then he eats the face of one of those molds, eating the body of Christ, eating himself. And then he ties up the body with balloons and sends it up into heaven as like an offering or something. And then a bag of gold arrives. And he sees that there's this giant tower that the gold came from, so he scales the tower, and inside the tower he finds the alchemist. And the alchemist shows him that he can literally turn his excrement, his poo-poo, into gold. And then the alchemist lets him know, like, there's a bunch of other dope beings that represent all the different planets, and those are your homies. You guys all gotta go on an adventure to the Holy Mountain on Lotus Island to find the 9 immortals and learn from them so that you can become immortal as well. Crazy movie, crazy movie. And Alejandro Jodorowsky is a very, very unorthodox human being. So he actually had all the actors go through several different spiritual trainings, pretty much, and then they came and lived at his house in this like communal village-like lifestyle for about a month before filming the movie. And he took LSD throughout a good portion of the filming of this movie, and he actually had some of the actors do psilocybin mushrooms for some of their scenes. So I think that's all I really need to say about The Holy Mountain. You should watch it. It is really awesome. There's some crazy intense parts in there, some really mind expansive parts. It's worth giving a try. Next up on the list, we have something completely different. I'm gonna satisfy several different moods throughout this list, and I will very likely provide more lists in the future because I'm already having fun doing this. Second up, we have Mortal effing Kombat. Yes, the live action movie that came out when I was just a wee child. I actually went and seen this movie in theaters as well. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it's awesome. It's hilarious. Pretty sure it's on Netflix right now, so that's a pretty easy one to get a hold of. Most people got Netflix accounts nowadays, right? And if you don't, you're stealing somebody's password. I know you are. Anyways, there's not much to say about Mortal Kombat. It is campy fun. You follow Liu Kang, Katana, Johnny Cage, and Sonya Blade as they battle the forces of the what do they call it? The Nether Realm, the Other World, something like that. But there's some kick butt like choreography that goes on, some dope costumes. Sick soundtrack, and it's one of those so bad it's good type things. And supposedly they are coming out with a really awesome Mortal Kombat movie that's going to come out in the next few years, and I'm stoked on that because it's actually supposed to be legit good. But we'll see. Mortal Kombat, awesome. There's an animated like web series, not animated, but there's a web series of Mortal Kombat as well. Pretty good. Check that out. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the movie that came after this. Maybe I should have put that on the list, because that movie's even crazier. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. You watch either of those. Watch them both in the row. Roll yourself up a big fatty, or pack yourself a mighty. I'm really digging the mighty. Been trying to limit the combustion that I've been taking in lately. And this next movie on the list is extremely combustible. Much more, I mean, even this movie's old now. Like, this movie came out when I was in high school, but it was pretty much the quintessential, like, awesome new stoner movie that came out, a stoner action movie, and it's really almost a perfect movie. Some of the jokes, you know, might be a bit insensitive nowadays and not really hold up that well, but that's life, say la vie. We have Pineapple Express from Judd Apatow and the fantastic mind of Seth Rogen, who is supposedly heralded as one of the most productive stoners in Hollywood. And this movie, it's freaking classic. Seth Rogen plays this kind of creepy loser dude who's dating a high schooler, just barely turned 18 as well. Real creepy stuff. He serves people. He serves them like court dates and stuff when they're trying to hide, and he has like several disguises and whatnot. And he's gonna serve up this dude who's a criminal and murders an Asian man in cold blood while Seth Rogen's character's watching it, and then hijinks ensues as Seth Rogen goes and tells like one of the only people that's close to him in his life at that point, because yeah, he's out here just like being a creep, like dating high schoolers. His drug dealer, who's played by James Franco, and it's just an awesome, hilarious stoner action movie with a lot of weed in there as well. Like, I like my stoner movies to have like actually a lot of weed smoking going on, because it makes me feel like nice and happy while I'm partaking and they're partaking. It's just a wonderful thing. I love it. I love this movie. I've seen it many times, and I'm probably gonna keep on seeing it many more times because it's just freaking hilarious. Anyways, Pineapple Express. It's got the dude from Eastbound and Down. I have no idea what his name is. Danny something maybe. I don't know. That guy's freaking hilarious. He plays another dude in that movie. You've probably seen this movie, and it's like me putting it on the list. It's whatever, but there's gonna be a few obvious choices thrown into these lists here and there, but a lot of the choices that are going to be here on out, they're going to be nuts. Like I promise you. The next movie, woof, it's a doozy. By visionary, like just your archetypical like art house foreign director who like makes stuff in black and white, we got Ingmar effing Bergman coming at y'all with The Seventh Seal, following a knight, a Swedish knight who's come back from the Holy Crusades, and he's going through the existential crises, that existential angst. He's just like, yo, what's it all worth, man? What the heck? And when he comes back to Sweden, he sees that it is ravaged by the Black Death. Yes, the bubonic effing plague. This is a movie that follows a pandemic. We're living in a pandemic right now. You watch this, you're gonna be stoned. It's spooky. It's really well done. It's, oh my god, the cinematography is second to none. Just top tier stuff. And we get a banger of a performance from Max von Sydow, who plays the knight, who also just so happens to come across the physical embodiment of death himself on a beach. And Death's like, yo, I'm coming for you. Like, what's up? We here. And the knight, Johannes Block, he's like, dang, this is gnarly. I kind of expected this was gonna happen, but how about we do this? How about we make a little deal? I've seen in many different artistic interpretations and stories that you fancy yourself a game of chess. And then Death's like, yeah, I do. I love chess. Chess is rad. And so the knight's like, well, let's play chess. And so long as the game goes on, I stay alive, because we gotta play the game, you know? And if I beat you, I get to stay alive for good. But once you beat me, I'll go, you can take me. That's like, cool, right on, let's do it. And then we just go through this this just wonderfully well-made tale about the knight, his squire, some companions that they meet along the way, as we have a legit game of chess just go on throughout the movie. And there's some gnarly parts that go on. A lot of depth in this movie. Like, yeah, it's one of those things you can watch over and over again and get a little bit more of a thematic thing going here and there. It's just really good. The Seventh Seal, one of my favorite movies. It's pretty bleak, like especially with what's going on right now. But I feel like it's worthy of a sesh. It's worthy of a sesh for dang sure. And as a little palate cleanser, next up I put Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Now, of course, I'm sure a lot of people, why don't you just put the original Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back movie? That's way better, a lot of people say. And I don't know if I really agree, per se. Like, I mean, of course, that's a hilarious movie. I love it. I would definitely put it on the list as well. Like, you should watch that as well. It's an awesome movie. But Jay and Silent Bob Reboot was made when Kevin Smith is actually a legit, like, full blast stoner. So there's a lot more references that make you be like, okay, this guy actually smokes weed, and I like it. And it's a really heartwarming movie as well. Like, at the core, like, this definitely got that crude View Askew universe type humor as well. But it's awesome. If you are a fan of Kevin Smith's movies, this movie will actually make sense. And if you haven't watched any of those, a lot of references going on to a lot of his movies, so it'll go all across your head. So maybe you shouldn't watch it if you haven't done that. But if you are a Kevin Smith movie fan and you haven't watched this yet, I'm surprised. Like, he made it for us, but it's also just a really, really awesome movie. It's in the fact that it's a reboot, it kind of like makes fun of the fact that it's a reboot, so it's legitimately kind of similar to that new Star Wars movie that came out. It's not even that new anymore, but you know, the beginning of the latest trilogy, the first one of that, it was basically just a complete redo of the first Star Wars movie, and this kind of like does that as well, but it's very, you know, self-referential of that fact, and it's a good movie, guys. It's a good movie, and you get to see. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's basically a coming of age movie wrapped in a freaking reboot, wrapped in a stoner comedy, wrapped in just. It's like the Marvel universe, kind of, where like all these characters from all these movies like come together in one. It's dope. It's dope. Check it out. Check it out. And check out fantastic, fantastic strains that have been put out by Caviar Gold in a way to promote the movie and just to also have some dope branded Jay and Silent Bob weed. Berserker, Snoochie Boochies, and I forget the other one. Snoogans. They are awesome. So you go pick up that and watch the movie, and you're gonna have yourself a blast. You're gonna have yourself a blast. And then you're probably gonna have yourself even more of a blast at this next movie. Oh my god. Actually, we had a stoner dinner party where all the food was infused with cannabis. And this is the movie that we chose to play in the background of said gathering. The Last Dragon. Yes. The trials and tribulations of Bruce Leroy, as I like to call it. We get a fantastic movie that was definitely made when people did a lot of cocaine. Did I say that in the best way possible? Not an advocate of that drug, but I say that in the best way possible. The Last Dragon, we follow a black boy named Leroy, who is obsessed with Bruce Lee, very much like me. When I saw this movie, when I first saw this movie when I was a little kid, I just thought it was a legit awesome movie, and I was like, heck yeah. I felt a lot of kinship towards Bruce Leroy, because I'm, not Chinese like Bruce Lee, but I freaking looked up to him, so... This movie really encapsulates the spirit of the inspiration that Bruce Lee slapped into a lot of people who weren't, just your typical white American, because most heroes for a long, long time they had to be white. And I was like, man, we don't got nobody that looks like us or looks different from the norm that we can look up to, and Bruce Lee did that in such a dynamic fashion. And this movie, The Last Dragon, it mixes black culture at the time with a lot of that, and this fantastically cheesy but like oh so sincere at the same time movie. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. It's one of those so bad it's good movies again, similar to Mortal Kombat. If you've never seen it, just watch it. Oh my god, it is amazing. And yeah, you have to be really stoned to watch this. Like honestly, the plot, it's whatever. Who cares? Like if you slip in and out at sometimes. You're good. You're still gonna have plenty of insane scenes that are gonna catch your attention, and when you're just blitzkrieged, I promise you, It will be a joy. Next up, we have something super intense and super crucial. Yo, this movie's straight crucial. We got Embrace of the Serpent. Now this movie, oh my goodness, it follows two timelines where a shaman of the Amazon, who is one of the last of his people, he comes into contact with two different white scientists who want to document a little bit of what he got going on. And the tale that unfolds is astonishing. It digs deep into the importance of Earth heritage, the importance of having that clear, defined relationship with creation, with the land that you actually live on, and what happens when that is put into chaos. And it really just, for my own path, being a person that comes from an ancient tradition that wants to reintroduce and in some ways redefine a lot of those traditions, watching a movie like this really just it fed my effing soul, I will tell you that. And this movie, it's up there. It's honestly one of the best movies I've ever seen. Check out Embrace of the Serpent. I don't want to say too much about it because it's not like Mortal Kombat. It's not like Mortal Kombat. You want to, like, I don't know. It's not like Mortal Kombat. That's all. I'll leave it at that. Next up, we have, oh my goodness, one of the most insane animated films of all time. We have Fantastic Planet, or as it's called in French, Le Planète Sauvage, which like be more like the Wild Planet. And this is a very wild planet where we have these alien type animal creature people who inhabit this planet, where little human being Homo sapien type creatures known as the Ohms are basically they're just lower on the food chain pretty much, and they're basically like pets for these aliens. And this is just one of the most psychedelic and just like crazy animated movies you'll ever see. It's from the 70s, it's French, and dang, it is just litty like a titty, this movie. I love it. I've seen it very recently as well. I'd never seen it for a long time. I'd always been told, like, oh, you need to watch Fantastic Planet, you need to watch Fantastic Planet, and I didn't get a chance to watch it. It's now on HBO Max. That's where I watched it. You can probably find it other places as well. Part of the Criterion Collection. Now, your boy, when I started smoking weed, I was watching a lot of Criterion Collection movies. I'm a bit of a snob sometimes, so I like to enjoy things that are highly regarded by the critics sometimes. But also I love Mortal Kombat and The Last Dragon, so, you know, I have a lot going on. I'm complex, okay? Anyways, this movie is extremely complex. It legitimately made my beloved lady think, like, oh man, like, I don't want to just be killing bugs and stuff anymore. So this movie, it'll make you think, and there's some crazy stuff in it. Like, it's psychedelic, man. Just watch it. You will love it. You will love it. The animation is just, oh god, incredible. As is the next movie. It is incredible, and it is insane. And it's a Godzilla movie. That's why I'm wearing this Godzilla shirt right now, man. Godzilla vs. Cthulhu. That new Lovecraft show. It's come out on HBO. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm stoned, so I'm tangentially speaking right now, my bad. Anyways, next up on the list we have Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters, all out attack. Yeah, that's the entire title of the movie. I almost feel like I don't even need to explain that. Like, if you don't know that watching giant monster movies like Godzilla movies, stuff like that, big kaiju movies, as the genre is called, if you don't know that that stuff is awesome, in and of itself, super awesome. But if you didn't know that adding a little bit of cannabinoids to your system whilst doing that, if you didn't know that, that's awesome. Well, now you do know. Now you do know. And now you know a pick in said genre that is guaranteed to make you go, holy moly, this is insane, this is awesome, this is so fun. Wow, you are watching it. Now, in this movie, Godzilla is the antagonist. Yes, bad guy Godzilla. And it takes place directly after the original OG Godzilla movie, which is like probably still the best one. It still holds up. You should check that one out as well. But this one takes place after that, after Godzilla is supposedly dead. And Godzilla has been reanimated by the mother effing souls of those that died in the Pacific Wars of World War II. Yes, Godzilla got that soul. Anyways, Godzilla's like, yo, I'm about to wreck stuff. And the people of Japan are like, oh man, this is lame. But an old man, an old prophet appears and tells people, yo, Godzilla's coming. That's messed up, I know. But we have guardian monsters that could come and help us. We got 3 guardian monsters. And one of the guardian monsters is this like cute little wombat looking guy with like some ears, and he walks on all 4s. He's just adorable. He's got big cute eyes. I don't remember his name. The other one is Mothra, giant effing moth that comes out of cocoons, becoming and being that homie for humans. And then we also have King Ghidorah, who is a 3-headed effing dragon. And they all fight Godzilla. And it's awesome. It's awesome. You follow the perspective of this female reporter who was just like reporting on stuff. Her dad's like a war chief or something. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's crazy. The fights are hilarious. Godzilla stomps out that cute little wombat guy. I don't even know if a wombat is what I'm even describes what I'm trying to talk about right now. I have no idea, but he's just a little cutie. And Godzilla F's him up. He does a tope suicida-like maneuver onto Godzilla, and Godzilla just like tail whips him and smacks him like into a helicopter that gets destroyed. And there's a lot more stuff like that goes down. A lot more stuff. Awesome movie. If you want to see some other dope Godzilla movies while you're stoned, there's also Godzilla vs. Megalon. Hilarious. Godzilla teams up with this giant robot named Jet Jaguar, and baby Godzilla's in it too, so awesome. Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla just came out. Really just rebooted and redefined Godzilla in such a dope way. Even the new like American Godzilla movies. Pretty dope. I actually like them. Yeah, watch Godzilla movies while you're stoned. That's all I really need to say. Next, last but certainly not least, a movie that I just very recently found out about and just very recently watched. It's called Son of the White Mare. It's a Hungarian animated movie from like 1981, and it harkens back to ancient Hungarian myths that were supposedly oral traditions of the ancient steppe people that lived out in that area. And goodness gracious, I mean, just from an animated perspective, this is just so lush, so well palated. It just looks so good when your senses are being enhanced, if you know what I mean. And it follows the story of this, it's legitimately about the son of a white mare. And he's the third child of this like goddess horse creature thing. And the world is being thrust into chaos by these three like messed up dragons that are just like, yo, we ruling stuff, we making stuff bad. And then she has her third son, and her like father, who's just like this powerful spirit dude. He's all like, yo, this third kid, you gotta let him suckle at that teat for a long time. And your boy, I can't remember his name. He's called like Tree Shaker. That's him. He's called Tree Shaker. Tree Shaker's like, he gets all yoked out, and then he's named Tree Shaker because the tree that him and his mom have been like hiding in, he's legitimately able to like shake it and uproot it. And then his mom dies because she's like, man, you just sucked the life out of me, boy. Like, you've been on this teat for like over 14 years. Like, he definitely nurses for an uncomfortably long time. But that mare milk, baby. I gotta give me some of that mare milk because it's better than steroids. Obviously, because he becomes like the best. He just becomes the best. And he looks like a flaming sun being, and he has two brothers that he meets up with because he's like, you know what, these three dragons that thrust the world into chaos, like that's the reason pretty much why my mama dead. So I'm gonna go take them out. And where are they? They're in hell. Yeah, they're in hell. So he goes and finds his three brothers, and then they go to hell or go on a mission to go to hell to try and like deal with them. And it is one of the most fantastically animated movies I've ever seen. It looks awesome. It's pretty simple. It's kind of like Donkey Kong, or no, not like Donkey Kong. It's like, I guess kind of like Donkey Kong because he's still like saving princesses in Donkey Kong, but it's like Mario. Like, you gotta go just find your princess in a castle, except these castles are in hell. Yeah. Awesome movie, man. Oh yeah, they go to like find princesses too, because the dragons like stole these princesses and dragged them to hell. Awesome movie. It really made me be like, man, I want to animate some of my people's creation stories because some of them are insane. Like, there's this one creation story about how our creator, the way that he was poisoned was because a freaking toad like just sat underneath a cliff head that was facing the ocean, where the creator would always go and take a dump every day. And then the frog like sat under there, and he grabbed the creator's poop, and that's how they made poison. So why not make a movie out of that? Am I right? Thank you very much. BM Woody Woo here with you, enjoying some movies. There we go. Vibing, spitting, vibing, spitting. Let me know if you want another list, another 10 movies, because, man, it doesn't just have to be a stoner movie for me to watch. Like, I honestly don't even like a lot of stoner movies. They're corny. But a lot of these movies, they ain't corny, okay? So watch them, enjoy them.